is Jen, and I'm going to tell you a great recipe that I love to use. The reason I like to use this is it's low in fat, and I'm always on a diet. There's a few things you're going to need to buy at the store. One would be 14 ounces of fat-free chicken broth. I prefer the reduced sodium. You'll need 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 cloves of garlic, minced preferably.
How many garlics?
2 cloves. One-quarter of a teaspoon of dried thyme. You're definitely going to need some cooking spray. And then 1 pound of uncooked boneless chicken breasts.
What's the first thing? The 1/4.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1/4 a cup of dried thyme. I'm sorry, 1/4 of a teaspoon of dried thyme.
What's the last thing on that list, please?
1 pound of uncooked boneless skinless chicken breasts. You want to make sure you have 4 pieces of chicken. You're also going to need 1/3 of a cup of scallions, finely chopped and divided, 1/8 of a teaspoon of table salt, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper.
There's black pepper, scallions, and what else?
Salt. Now we get to the fun part, which is the cooking. First, you're going to combine 1/4 of a cup of chicken broth and flour in a small bowl, stirring with a whisk until smooth.
What are you stirring together?
The flour and the chicken broth. You're going to add the remaining chicken broth, garlic, and thyme, and then you're going to set that aside. You're going to get a large nonstick skillet coated with cooking spray, and you're going to put that over a medium-high heat until the pan is hot. Once the pan is hot, you're going to add the chicken, and you're going to cook it for about 4 to 5 minutes until it's lightly browned, but you don't want to cook it all the way through. Once the chicken is a light brown color, you're gonna flip it over and you're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of scallions. You're gonna pour the broth mixture that you've whisked and put aside, and you're gonna take that and pour it over the chicken. And you're gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper in there. I have to backtrack a little. I know when I've made this recipe that sometimes the broth separates, so you want to make sure you whisk it before you put it over the chicken. Now you're going to reduce the heat and simmer uncovered for about 15 to 20 minutes or until the chicken is done. You want to make sure you're basting it often. Now you're going to remove the chicken from the pan, but you want to leave the sauce there. And when you remove the chicken, you want to put it in a place where it's going to remain warm. So you might want to put it in a bowl and cover it with some tin foil. You're going to bring the sauce that's still in the pan to a boil over medium-high heat and scrape the bottoms and sides of the pan using a rubber spatula. You're going to cook the sauce for 2 minutes or until the sauce is reduced to about 3/4 of a cup total. At this point, the sauce should have thickened up quite a bit, and you're going to pour that sauce evenly over the chicken that's now in the bowl. And then you're going to top that with the remaining scallions. Now what I usually do is I put this in a bowl in the center of the table, and I always serve it with rice because the sauce is nice and thick and the rice tends to absorb some of the sauce. So I usually serve it with rice and maybe a side of bread. I love this recipe because it's very easy to make, it's low fat, and it's very filling.